Oh, well, hey, it's
hello.
Amuse Bouche,
Amuse
the
Bouche.
podcast.
We're here to
Here we are.
amuse and bouche.
We're here to amuse your bouche.
That sounds dirty.
It does, in fact, sound dirty.
I
And maybe we meant it that way.
Yeah.
That's right, listeners. We are flirting with you. So, hello and welcome. Dear listeners, we are here for about 45 minutes of positivity. This world is dragging down my soul and making it hard to continue.
It's a storm cloud. It's a storm cloud that will not go away.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. So, yes, we realize that you have to stay informed to a certain extent, but you also have to reset and adjust. And so here we are doing this fucking thing, hoping
we're also going to inform you of pleasing things.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. When you remove something unpleasant, you put something pleasant back in its spot.
I like it. You're still informed.
I'm Addy.
I'm Julie. We forgot that part. It's okay. We know who we are.
Amuse Bouche.
Amuse Bouche.
Yes. And if you're against our current regime, you're our friends. So please, we invite you to relax while we entertain you.
Yes. Well, we share fun things that we've learned. I get to tell you this week about
let's do a little breathing first, Jules.
Oh, breathing. Our breathing. Yes, I do need our breathing. It's my favorite part.
Okay, so if you're driving, please keep your eyes open, but you can breathe with us still.
Good idea.
But if you are at home or in a spot where you can close your eyes, I invite you to just focus on your breath, and we're going to do what is called box breathing, because it's 4 and 4 and 4 and 4.
Good.
So we're going to do 3 breaths. And we're going to start with a big inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, one more, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, big exhale, 2, 3, 4.
Genuinely. I'll get through my day if I do that. And it only takes a second. It's really hard though. Sometimes I need it and I don't stop to do it. And I really have to.
It has saved me in many a panic attack. Yes.
Yeah, it is so soothing.
Just go to the bathroom.
You do it once, then you see
down. You don't even have to pee. Just box breathe for a set of at least 3.
And it's so relaxing, and it really does reset me. Thank you. I'm sorry that I forgot about it. I'm just so excited to tell you about my person today. I almost jumped.
I'm excited about your history today, Julie. Please tell me.
So first, let me tell you my sources. My first is a book that I bought my child when she was like 5 years old, and we still love it so much, even though she'll be 13 this year. It's called Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls. And it's 100 Tales of Extraordinary Women by Elena Favilli and Francesca Cavallo. Fun names with silent L's. And then I found a video on YouTube by something called bio.truestory titled Wilma Rudolph, and then Wilma Rudolph's Wikipedia. Okay. So Wilma, have you ever heard the name Wilma Rudolph, Addy?
No, I haven't. But
I kept wanting
Wilma was my grandmother's name.
Oh, that's special. Then it's meant to be. I kept wanting to call her Maya because Wilma and Maya and with AA, I was like, Maya Rudolph. Nope. Her name is not Maya. Her name is Wilma. I love Maya Rudolph, but this is a different Rudolph. Her name is, this is so cute, Wilma Glodine Rudolph. Her middle name is Glodine. I don't know why I found that so charming. I just had to include it.
How do you spell Glodine?
Glodean.
Okay. Glodine.
Glodine. I'm saying Glodine, but I didn't hear it pronounced. It wasn't in anything except her Wikipedia, so I read it. It could be Glaudine, but I think Glodine is probably what was intended. So
was she Southern?
Well, Tennessee. So
okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So Glodine is probably right. It sounds
Glodine.
right.
It sounds so sweet. Anyways, I just loved it. Wilma Glodine Rudolph was born to Blanche. I know, to Blanche. Blanche too. You love a Blanche. And Ed Rudolph on June 23rd, 1940 in Tennessee. She was, get ready, Addy. All of your body's going to want to scream in this moment when I say it. 20th of 22 children. I know. But this is because her father had 2 marriages. Still, 22 children between 2 marriages is still way too many children.
There's just not enough oatmeal.
My thing is, how do you speak to each of those children every day? How do you remember their names? How do you make sure they each get your time and attention? You don't, is the truth. So at age 4, Wilma became very ill with double pneumonia, scarlet fever, and infantile paralysis. Eventually, by the age of 5, paralysis is what I was supposed to say. By the age of 5, she had contracted polio.
No.
I know. The poor thing. It's such a rough start. That's so young to be dealing with all of that in a house filled with freaking children. So
yeah, because a lot of those things you can catch.
Yeah. I don't know how they did it. So the polio left her left leg paralyzed. Her doctor said she would never walk again. Wilma was given physical therapy and leg braces, and with a lot of hard work and determination, because her mother also had to do this with her, because the nearest hospital to them that would treat a Black child to learn how to walk again was 50 miles away. So Wilma and her mother had to ride a bus 50 miles in each direction twice a week to get to that hospital, which is just disgusting. I really fucking hate people, but it's the 1940s, okay? So due to these efforts, Wilma was walking again on her own by the age of 12.
Wow.
That is remarkable. And think about that. From 5, she was paralyzed at 5 with polio, and it took her to 12 to walk again. So she's already like, just that story, I think, is remarkable. But wait until you hear what our Miss Wilma did with herself.
Okay.
During her high school years, Wilma excelled at basketball. Ed Temple from Tennessee State University saw her, and he was amazed by her skills in basketball, but also in track. Ed invited Wilma to practice with his college track team in the summer. Now, she's like 14 years old, but she was that skilled right off the bat that he invited her to practice. He invited then 14-year-old Rudolph to join his summer training program at Tennessee State, and later she attended the Tennessee State University track camp, where she won all 9 events that she entered at the Amateur Athletic Union track meet in Philadelphia. 9! And she's the child. She's literally in her teens, and these are all college kids. I mean, she ran like lightning. Under Ed Temple's guidance, she continued to train regularly at Tennessee State University while still in high school. Rudolph raced at amateur athletic events with Tennessee State University women's track team. They were known as the Tiger Bells. Isn't that cute? The Tiger Bells. I like it. They're tough, but they're sweet and pretty. I thought that was cute.
Absolutely.
She did this for 2 years while still attending high school. At the age of 16 and a junior in high school, Wilma attended the 1956 U.S. Olympic and track and field team trials in Seattle, Washington. She qualified to compete in the 200-meter individual event at the 1956 Summer Olympics in Melbourne, Australia. The 16-year-old child is such a fast runner that she gets to go to the Olympics in 1956. That is wild. She's incredible. So Wilma
Julie, was
earned
there anything you were really good at 16?
scratching my ass like nothing. There was
I know.
nothing.
Making
Listening
my
to
life
music.
harder.
Yeah, talking to my friends, arguing with my mother. I was not. I didn't.
Oh, arguing with my mom. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was good in English class. I always got an A in English class. I could read, but no, I did not excel to the Olympic level, girl. I wish. I don't even know if I wish. I had no determination for things like that. So Wilma earns a bronze medal in those Melbourne Olympic Games for the 4x100 relay. Upon returning home to the US, Wilma attended Tennessee State University on a scholarship, where Ed Temple continued her training. 4 years later, Wilma qualified for the 1960 Rome Olympics. This is incredible. Almost the entire US track team that year at the Olympics consisted almost entirely of Ed Temple's university track team, the Tiger Bells. The whole women's US track team was almost entirely his students. So clearly this man knew how to train, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. This was a fun fact I had to add for you. Muhammad Ali was also at the 1960s Rome Olympics competing in the light heavyweight boxing. I love that they call it light heavyweight boxing. I'm like, what? Pick a new name. Light heavyweight?
Well, it's probably there's lightweight and there's heavyweight. So there's probably different categories for how heavy you are.
You're a light heavyweight, a medium heavyweight, and a heavy heavyweight.
Probably. Look, boxing doesn't make any sense, but I guess if you want to pummel someone's face in for money.
It's a skill. He was 18 years old and said to be very interested in our Miss Wilma. I said Thelma. Thelma, that's a cute name too, but no, Wilma. Going so far as to attempt to win her by buying her a pink Cadillac convertible. Yeah, he was trying hard. It's said, though, that Wilma was far too focused on her career and she turned him down. Bless her sweetheart. She don't need no stinking man. All right. Sorry, get to my next page. I know. At those 1960 Melbourne Olympics, not Melbourne, she's in Rome now. At those 1960 Rome Olympics, Wilma won her 2 sprints, the 100 meter and the 200 meter event, in a huge lead. She blasted those women out of the water. She was way ahead of them. And she anchored the relay team. They won by a come from behind victory. That's what they call it, meaning she was the last to run. So the most pressure was put on her, and she was so freaking fast, she won it for them. She was then nicknamed the Tornado, the fastest woman on Earth. These wins made Wilma Rudolph the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in a single Olympic game. Isn't that amazing? And she's 18. She's a baby. She's a baby. When Wilma returned home, she was greeted with rock star energy the way she deserved. Like, people were wild for her, and she'd proven herself time and time again. But upon learning that her ticker tape parade was to be a segregated event, she refused to attend and forced them to make the change. So this woman is a civil rights pioneer on top of it. They were going to give her a ticker tape parade. She had just won 3 Olympics.
And they were going to segregate it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a fucking parade.
It's a parade.
They're like, how dare you want to?
Yeah, white people have to not look at a black woman. It's so stupid. But she put her foot down. They were literally calling this Wilma Rudolph Day. They were so proud of their hometown girl. And she was like, well, if you want me to be there, you are not going to segregate it, because it was completely against her beliefs. Wilma Rudolph Day, as it was called, was the first integrated event in municipal history in the city of Clarksville, Tennessee. 1,100 people attended the banquet in Rudolph's honor, and thousands lined the city streets to watch the parade. She was a star. She was incredibly fast. She went at 18 years old all the way to Rome to compete in the Olympics and won all of her events. She's incredible. Everyone wants to celebrate that. We all love that kind of accomplishment. I don't know why they were going to segregate it. It's so gross. So, there are a myriad of other events that Wilma attended and competed in, but I would just be sitting here reading you a laundry list of thing after thing after thing that she won. If you're interested in all the events that she attended and the awards that she won, they are on Wikipedia. But I'm going to cut to this. Wilma was only 22 years old when she decided to retire from competitive sports in 1962. I love her. She's like, I'm 22, I'm retiring. She decided, though, to go back to Tennessee University, get her degree, and begin teaching. She became a teacher. I know. Wilma became... I know. She's lovely. She became a teacher and went on to coach the track team at Indiana's DePaul University and serve as the goodwill ambassador to French West Africa. Like, she never sat still. She never stopped. I love this about her. Wilma raised a family of 4 children alongside her career in teaching and was inducted into Black Athletes Hall of Fame in 1973, the National Track Hall of Fame in 1974, the U.S. Olympic Hall of Fame in 1983, the National Women's Hall of Fame in 1994, and the National Black Sports and Entertainment Hall of Fame in 2001. She wrote her own autobiography. Like, I just love, I love Black greatness. You know why? Because everything is working against you. It is. They are actively fighting against your ability to succeed. And this woman succeeded on every level. She taught herself to walk again. She went to the Olympics. She won gold medals. She went back to school. She finished college. She got a degree. She became a teacher. She was a freaking ambassador to French West South Africa. And then she decided, oh, let me just write my own autobiography. Ugh, incredible. The book is entitled Wilma. It was turned into a movie in 1977 called Wilma. She was played by an actress by the name of Shirley Jo Finney. Do you know her? You know everyone. Yeah, I didn't know her either. However, I did know Cecily Tyson, who played her mother.
Of course. And the legend.
Cecily Tyson. And a young Denzel Washington playing Robert Eldridge, who was her first husband.
Oh.
I know. So it's filled with greats. Wilma's likeness was put on a 23-cent postage stamp in the U.S. Postal Service's Distinguished Americans series, released in July of 2004. Wilma Rudolph died of brain cancer at the age of 54 on November 12th, 1994 in Nashville, Tennessee. She only lived 54 years and she accomplished all of that, Addy. I know. It's amazing.
Yeah. I've lived 54 years.
I know, but you're going to keep going. Brain cancer is heartbreaking. To this day, one of the most prestigious awards in women's sports is called the Wilma Rudolph Award of Courage, given by the Women's Sports Foundation. You got to love that.
Yes.
And I had to give you the quote that I liked best, attributed to her, which is, "My doctors told me I would never walk again. My mother told me I would. I believed my mother." Isn't that sweet?
Yes.
That is the amazing story of athlete, civil rights activist, and all-around badass Wilma Rudolph.
Wow, these pictures of her running.
I know. First of all, one of the things she also said, another cute quote was just, "I don't know why I run so fast. I just run." Like, she didn't even realize why. I mean, she was putting in effort. She was training. She was practicing, but she just was so fast. And then the artwork I sent you is from the Rebel Girls book. Isn't that beautiful?
It is.
It was drawn by an Italian artist named Alice. Oh, I can't remember her name. And I looked her up and her art is phenomenal. It's like pen and ink, or it's ink drawings. They're beautiful, but it's identical to her winning the race. If you look at both. Incredible. So, and yes, I will put this on.
It just goes to show that if women put their mind to something, they can overcome whatever they
do. Anything. They can do anything. And she was personally, to me, a child that is so determined to walk again with a paralyzed leg that at 5 years old, they fight until 12. Until 12. Like, that's so much work. And she just did it. She got herself walking again. So I absolutely loved her. I absolutely loved her with her sweet little medals. I loved her for saying, Muhammad Ali is interested. I don't care. Like, girl, pink Cadillac, I would have said yes.
I would like one now if anyone is offering.
It's a 60s.
I mean, I'm already married, so like
I know,
that's not going to happen.
but I'll
But
take the
if you
car.
want to, yeah, I'll take the
A
car.
1960s convertible pink Cadillac girl. Sign me up,
Yes.
line me up. She
Give me.
she had her head on straight and she was a badass and I loved her. And so even though I myself am not athletic at all, and my body rejects exercise, I so loved learning about her and I'm so happy to have learned about her and to share her with you. And I shared her with Emmy and Emmy was blown away by her too.
Oh,
I know.
I love it.
I know, me too.
Well, thank you, Julie.
Yes, thank you for listening.
Well, of course.
You're like, no, I'm gonna go listen to music while you talk.
I know, dear watchers and listeners, Julie and I send each other just an obscene amount of like audio messages.
Yeah.
Because you know, we have kind of opposite schedules and don't live in the same state or time zone. So you know, we never know, so we don't call each other.
Yeah.
So just, I mean, just so many listening to each other talk. And like, Jules, it's not a problem. I love listening
to you talk forever. I love to listen to you talk. So
that's why I love listening to you talk.
Maybe I should just make a podcast where I listen to Addy because I find that very fascinating. I always like what you have to say.
Right. Okay. On to the advice part of the episode. Ooh. So I've got an anonymous, of course. These are always anonymous. I mean,
yeah, that's okay. You know, I love it. I don't need to know who you are to help you out.
Right. Okay. One of my coworkers is cheating on her husband.
Oh shit.
She doesn't openly discuss it, but her side piece comes in and they are super obvious and flirty, and you can see their PDA when he comes to go to lunch with her.
Oh no.
Rumor is she uses her work phone to communicate so her husband won't see them communicating on her actual phone.
Oh.
This all makes me uncomfortable, but it's not unbearable. Should I tell my boss, or does that make me a snitch?
Oh my God. I wonder if do you know this person?
Yeah.
Okay. Does this person know the husband?
No.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so hard.
I know. I think that if it makes you uncomfortable and her behavior like that, it's disruptive to work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not very professional.
No.
If she left work and met that person somewhere and did that outside, I feel like that's a better option.
It's a smarter choice. That's for sure.
It fucking is. I feel like this person might want to get caught a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say. Okay. Here's my thought with the boss part, though.
Yeah.
I think that you don't need to give the detail that you know that this person's cheating on their husband, because that has nothing to do with work. I would say it's come to my attention that this employee is using the work phone for personal calls. I just don't think, oh God, it's so hard. If they knew the husband, then you owe it to him to tell him, because this would be a friend or an acquaintance. I don't know. I would have to. It's so hard, but them cheating has nothing to do with their ability to do their job. That's their personal life, which we are not supposed to. I mean, she shouldn't be bringing him in, and she shouldn't be doing that. Like, across the board, it's unprofessional.
Yes.
But I would just say she's using the phone for personal calls or for personal business, and then let them handle it from there. If she's brought in to talk about that, it'll be super obvious to her that it's about the boyfriend, or right?
Yeah.
And then if she didn't get her shit together and she continued to flaunt it, I don't know what to do next. What would you do next?
A million years ago, when I was a Starbucks store manager,
Okay.
there was a shift supervisor who worked for me, and they had a live-in boyfriend that they had bought property with. And so they weren't married, but they bought property together. And she was, you know, a Starbucks shift supervisor, and he was a lawyer
Okay.
who worked in the building
Oh,
that our Starbucks was. And
okay. Don't tell me she cheat.
she was having an affair with a construction worker.
Both sides of the coin, both YMCA members.
Who was working like across the street at a building that was being, I think it was being built.
Oh, she's ballsy.
Ballsy. And she would sit at a table on her break. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Because it's not like he would probably come down all the time, but certainly people he worked with would be coming down.
That is insanely ballsy. And that's another one where it feels like they want to be caught. Okay, here's my decide.
And also, she was just a straight up bitch. So
okay,
she was so mean to me, like just so made my life so much
I would
harder.
have incentivized that guy to come down and discover her.
And so it was funny because I basically said, like, I mean, it's none of my business, but I feel like you're giving a lot of people a lot of things to talk about. And if I really feel like your breaks should maybe happen outside the store.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say to this person, first thing to do would be talk to the manager about the fact that this indoor phone or cell phone that's for work only is being used for personal reasons, and maybe even hint at scandalous reasons. Secondarily, if it continues, say to the coworker, I would just say to the coworker, girl, you do you. Your relationship is your business, but please keep it out of my face. Like, can he meet you somewhere else? It makes me really uncomfortable to know you're cheating on your husband.
Yes.
Right? Like, I mean, it's as simple as that. It's the truth. Well, it really, truly, being honest is so important. Just say the truth. It's helpful.
Yes. Yeah, because when you're at work, like, it's so unpleasant. And like, no, I don't know anybody who really loves their job, but like we have to work. We live in a capitalistic society. Let's not make it any more unpleasant than it has to be.
Yes. Also, just keep your personal life separate. We're not standing here talking about our personal lives. So don't bring it into the office.
No.
Don't. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that there's not a whole lot more than that you can do, but it's really a boundary you're allowed to say, hey, don't bring your side piece into the office or into the store or wherever you are. Don't. It's unprofessional.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if her husband walked in? Why do people cheat? Just fucking break up. I don't get it. If you really can't, I guess those people that you were talking about owned property. It's a lot messier once you own property.
Yeah. I was like, didn't you buy a house with your boyfriend? Like, what are you doing?
She just couldn't resist the rugged handsomeness of a construction.
I mean, he was a cutie, that little, and he was a little pocket too. Like, you could put him in your pocket. He was just adorable. A cute little hot dummy. And
hot dummies. They have their place.
They do. But also, I don't know. I mean, I've cheated before, but I don't think I'd cheat on a lawyer.
I know, right? I mean,
that feels like a really big mistake.
If you're there for the cash, it is a big mistake. Maybe he wasn't, giving her enough attention. Maybe there's so many things that happen in relationships. Maybe the sex has gotten boring. You know what I mean? Like, shit happens. Sure. But it's really fucking dishonest. It's crappy behavior. It's not how you'd want to be treated. Go back to kindergarten. Treat others as you'd like to be treated. I wouldn't want to be cheated on, so I'm not going to cheat on my husband. If I'm feeling like I need a break or I need to date someone else, or I've met, first of all, you shouldn't even be talking to people in a way that it makes it feel like you might be open to a relationship. Like, I don't have conversations with other men that make me feel like I'm open to a relationship with them. So that's one thing. You got to be looking. You know what I mean? You have to be looking for that to happen.
Yes.
I mean, like, handle your first business before you get into a second business. Okay.
Well, look, I'm no stranger to scandal, so I'm not one to talk in that scenario. You're a straight shooter, and I've certainly lived at an angle. So,
yeah.
But
we all make mistakes, and we're all learning.
Absolutely. And this current husband, I like him well enough that I would certainly never.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've also grown enough that I understand the importance of just open honesty. Like, it's actually
dude, trying to keep shit secret is hard. I can't even get bubble guts without telling my husband. I'm like, I ate something. My bum's mad. I don't need to know that. I'm like, I know, but that's you married me, so you get it all.
Yay. Lucky Clint.
It has its bonuses.
It does. All right. So, do you have a fun fact for us, Julie?
Okay. This week's fun fact is also a myth bust and a canceling diet culture must. I want to come up with a cute, quirky name. I'm like, we release on Tuesdays, so True Something Tuesday. I don't know. We'll workshop it. But for now, as a woman, which, we all are, diet culture from the time we're in our teens is pushed at us no matter where we
reared its ugly head back at us, Julie.
It is. It's always happening. It is always being thrown in your face. Even when you're not looking for it, something gets said to you where you're like, well, that's diet culture. And it makes me insane. So my fun fact this week is also a diet culture myth bust. It's something I have personally had said to me more times than I can count. And I'm going to tell you what is true and what is not true.
Okay.
My fact is that it is nearly impossible to get too much sugar from fresh fruit. The amount of people who say to me, I don't eat fruit because of the sugar, pisses me off in a way I cannot articulate to you.
Someone at work the other day shamed me for eating a banana.
No. Fuck no. I hope she's listening. Let me tell you a story. Here's why. While the sugar in fruit is mostly glucose, fructose is the one that is converted into fat in the body. Fructose is in candy. Okay? Glucose is what our body is used to producing. If you try to tell me we came from cave people, fruit and vegetables was what we had mostly. Meat was if we were lucky. Okay. Yeah. Our bodies can handle fruit and vegetables. All right. I eat so much goddamn fruit. It's ridiculous. I love fruit. It is my favorite thing. I eat an apple every day before bed. It's like I look forward to it. So
God, apples.
Yeah. Fresh fruit contains a ton of fiber and a ton of water, both of which slow down digestion and make you feel full, which is why you cannot overeat it. Fruit is packed with vital nutrients, and consuming it boosts immune function, which helps us fight off all the crap that's floating around. Everyone I know right now has influenza B or some horrific cold.
Yeah.
And it aids in digestion and promotes heart health and lowers your risk of chronic diseases, including heart disease and diabetes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So unless you are like type 1 diabetic and your body cannot handle or break down the sugar, you can have as much as you want. It will not fucking make you fat. It is not something to avoid when you're dieting. It has fiber and water, and it's good for you. Eat it. Eat as much as you want.
Yes.
I have literally been told that so many times. I don't eat fruit because of the sugar. You know how bad I want to slap people that say that?
I knew someone who was chronically like worried about what they ate, and he once said, "Oh yeah, I don't eat apples." And I said, "I would never follow a diet that didn't let me eat apples and strawberries
Yeah.
because I mean,
Yes.
I live in California, so we get
That's
fresh
all
fruit
good.
like all year
All
round.
the time. I know.
And baby, I fucking love strawberries like
Yes,
nobody's
me
business.
too.
Yeah,
Strawberries, my favorite fruit salad is
yeah.
strawberries, blueberries, green grapes, and banana. And I make
Mhm,
that with breakfast burritos. I make it in the
mhm.
summer. I make it all the time. We eat so much fruit in this house. I ate an orange with my lunch today. I eat an
Mm,
apple. I love fruit. I will eat it. It is my go-to choice. Like, yes, I love cookies. I also ate a cookie, but I love fruit. It is healthy for you. It is a good thing to eat. It is of the earth. Eat the fucking fruit. If you believe that fruit is going to make you fat, you're not only enveloped in diet culture that it's unhealthy, but you're an idiot. Read
yes.
something. So,
Well, here's the thing. The diet culture is $1 billion industry,
industry, it is.
and influencers
Yes.
love to try to
Fear
tell you.
monger.
But look, they just want your attention,
Yeah.
they want your money,
Yeah.
and they're steering you wrong. If
Yeah.
someone says to you, what scientists don't want you to know is they are lying to you
They are
immediately.
lying to you. They are lying. They are selling
Scientists
something.
want you to know things.
Yeah.
It's the every little scientist who's obsessed with, like, nutrients or anything like that,
Mhm.
they want you to be so excited as they are about the
Mhm.
thing that they are sciencing. So
Mhm.
please don't ever listen to somebody who says that.
No, and, there really isn't anything that you shouldn't eat. Like, I wanna be real, everything has some nutritional value. Even junk food, there is nutrition in it. If you read about it, there's milk or egg or something.
Mhm.
Everything has some nutritional value. Should you maybe eat junk in moderation, junk food? Sure, but food is food, it is good for your body, feed your body, that's what matters, and um there's nothing I won't eat. I feel like unless you have some type like, if you have diabetes, sure, there are things you can't eat.
Yes.
But if you are a fully functioning human being whose body works properly, there is nothing you should cut out of your diet completely. Let yourself eat what you
Mhm.
want. It's healthier.
Yes.
So, if your body is telling you it needs something, fucking eat it.
Yes.
Just eat it. And yes, be careful, don't overdo it, but like just live your life, and fruit is not one of the things you should ever avoid. God bless fruit. It is my favorite thing in the world. It really is to eat. I love fruit.
I you don't have to tell me not to eat fruit. Obviously, like that woman in her banana talk, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat the whole banana.
Yeah, the
Thank you.
banana is delicious and has tons of nutrients and fiber and
I
water.
texted Gary and he texted me back, "The serving size of a banana is a banana." Because she was
A
like, "Just
banana?
eat half of it."
Why would I waste half of a banana? That is a waste of a banana.
I know.
I love banana.
Also, yes, the fiber is important. If you
Yeah.
are dieting for whatever reason,
Right.
fiber is key. Fiber and
Mhm.
protein. And
Yeah.
if you want fiber naturally without
Yeah.
having to, like, consume,
Fruit,
like, gross liquids or
vegetables.
whatever,
Yeah.
fruit's your jam. Fruit and
Fruit.
vegetables is your
Yeah.
jam. Like,
Vegetables are just little brooms for our colon. That's what I tell my daughter. Also, bananas can stop people up. So don't eat 10 bananas, but
no.
enjoy your banana. They're delicious and they're even
But
better
yeah,
baked in the
if
bread.
you are having the runs, a
Yeah.
banana is probably a good
Eat a
idea.
banana. And applesauce. More
Mm,
fruit.
more fruit.
The brat diet. Yeah.
Yes. Bless its heart.
Anyways,
Yeah,
thank you for that.
I was trying to get more fiber in my diet, and so I'd cooked some, ground, and I'd put a can of pinto beans with it
Mm.
and put it over a salad to make kind of a little taco salad,
Yeah,
and
yum.
I took it to work, and then we always have snack packs of vegetables to take with us to work. I
Nice.
put them together, on Sundays so that we have them throughout the week, and so I
Nice.
had, like, celery sticks and apple or sorry, I had celery sticks and carrot sticks, and I think I had
Nice.
an apple, and I ate all of that to my lunch, and I tell
Mm.
you, when I got home that night, hello.
Yes, yeah. It was coming for you.
My body was like, did you need everything out of you at this moment? Because that's what's going to happen.
And you were not hungry all day, I bet too, because all those beans and that quality protein, so good for you. So anyways, this week's fun fact was a myth bust, but I thought it was also fun to know. Absolutely. And there it is. Your body cannot overdo that. And that isn't the kind of sugar that turns into fat. There are different types of sugar. Look it up. So Miss Addy, besides talking to me, what are the fun things that you did or read or watched or heard this week?
Oh,
do you have anything?
Yes. So I was telling Miss Julie last night, the new Gorillaz album came out.
Clint's excited. Yeah.
And so the Gorillaz are such an interesting band. I mean, their first album came out in 98 or 99. And
so good.
They go years without recording or doing anything, but then they always come back together. And their albums are kind of old school in the way that they tend to be concept albums.
Yes. I love them.
And the characters that they created, the actual members created for the Gorillaz, are these cartoon characters. And in this album, they are telling the story of moving from being pop stars to being like spiritual. So it's very unique storytelling. They did a beautiful 8-minute cartoon you can see on YouTube.
I haven't had a chance to watch it. No, because I was in bed when you sent it. So, you know me, I pass out like a granny.
So it's 3 of their songs kind of back to back from the album. And it's just lovely. And I've, really enjoyed listening to it. And Gary even told me it kind of teared him up a little bit listening to it today.
Oh, I love that. Clint's excited. I told him they had a new album and he was stoked because we loved that. We love them. They're so good.
They're so good. And they're going to be on SNL this Saturday.
That's exciting.
And the host is Ryan Gosling.
Handsome devil. I love him.
So handsome. And honestly, the promo for it was hilarious because he thinks he's joined the 5 Times Club, and they're playing the Gorillaz, Clint Eastwood in the background. So you're hearing that old school Gorillaz song, the first song that hooked us, as he's like just kind of pretending to be a huge rock star, listening to it and like riding on a fake horse. And then Mikey Davis, and he goes, "Dude, you've only been here 4 times."
Oh, I love him so much.
Look, I've always been a fan since he was a little tiny teen, and he was in that hardcore movie called The Believer, where he played a Jewish kid who grew up and became a neo-Nazi.
Oh my God.
Which his performance is...
Yeah, he's so incredible.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But honestly, him being Ken and him being Ken...
I know. He's so non-problematic.
I know.
Which is all we want from men these days. Just please
all I want is for you to be comfortable in your masculinity enough not to destroy women, to make yourself more important.
I know. Oh, he's so good as Ken. He's so good as Ken. And when they put him up for that, what award was it for I'm Just Ken? And he was like, "Are you kidding me? Billie Eilish's song was the better song." Like, he was not even, he had no prize. Like, why me? Like, of all the songs. But he's just so, you know what I mean? Yeah, you just love him. Absolutely. He's like our Pedro. He can't do no wrong yet. I say yet because I got to give him room. You never know. But as of now,
might fuck up at some point. But also, look, I will allow room for growth.
Yes. So, yes. We are all just learning and growing. We're all new here.
Julie, is there something that has gotten you through this week that you've been enjoying?
Well, I'm staring right now at my very cute, very fluffy, adorable kitties who genuinely bring me so much joy every goddamn day.
Yeah.
They're so cute and they're so funny. And every night they sit with us at dinner at the dinner table. and they want to eat. I have never met cats that like human food so much. They will eat almost anything. Last night we had my homemade chili, which is just a bunch of different types of beans, no meat or anything, and cornbread. And they both had a pinto bean and some cornbread. They're so funny. They love it. They love it. So I love when they join us for dinner. I love having Amanda and I were talking the other day about who decided to domesticate cats. And I think it was cats that decided it. But what a wonderful idea. Like, how wonderful to just have little tiny tigers living with us. You know what I mean? They are just so special to me. And I feel like when our dog died, when Buddha died, the house felt so quiet and empty, even though he wasn't a loud dog, but it felt so empty. I think that every house is a better place when it has little furry things living in it.
Yeah.
So I will say that my cats constantly bring me joy. I think they know that too. And what did I watch this week that was really good? I watched I've been watching a lot of I Survived. You know me with the dark stuff. I watched My Friend Dahmer. Did you ever watch My Friend Dahmer?
No.
Yeah, it was just a movie about him as a teenager, and I wasn't super interested, but I was like, I keep seeing this. It keeps popping up like you might want to watch this. I watched it. It was okay. But it was nothing joyful, so I feel like I shouldn't share that.
You just did.
Just getting by. And as always, my favorite, I know it doesn't give us any money, but Diet Coke is my favorite thing in the world, and I will love it forever till the day I die.
Yay.
And that's that, Addy.
Okay.
All right.
Accepted.
Thank you very much for letting me be who I truly am. Diet Coke addict. A Diet Coke and cats addict.
I would never change you for anything.
Thank you. I'd never change you either. I love you.
I love you.
Thank you, my dear.
All right. Well, we wish you all a good week. Do your best to stay the fuck off the internet.
Yeah.
You have to check in once in a while just to see if you should duck and cover. But for your own happiness and for ours, try to find something else.
Yeah. And you know what? Wilma Rudolph can accomplish that much in her life. You can too.
Yeah.
Do something new.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Read something new, watch something new.
Tell someone about Wilma Rudolph. She's fantastic. Yeah. And our pictures will be on Instagram.
Our pictures will be on Instagram if you want to see her beautiful face.
Yeah.
All right.
She's pretty too.
All right. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Lazy. I wanna be lazy.